friends, my name is Trisha. Welcome to my art channel. I'm so excited to put this video together for you all as well as for me because it's all about art supplies. Technically, this isn't a single art haul video. I have been buying a few art supplies now and then over the last few months, and I thought I'd put them all together into one video for you all. Some of these new art supplies are me just being curious about a new medium, and some are extensions of product ranges from brands that are tried and tested and loved by me. I'm also pushing myself to develop a new skill on bookbinding, and I've got a few supplies to get me started. Friends, a caveat before we start: it's super hot in Goa at the moment where I stay, and it's difficult to record in a room with either the fan or the air conditioning on because of the noise and the interference with the camera and the audio. So I am going to be voice recording on this video, but nonetheless I'm still going to try and keep the initial reactions of these art supplies as true as possible. There's lots to explore. I hope you're excited. Let's get started. First up is a purchase that I did to upgrade my work desktop, especially when filming for YouTube videos. This is a vegan or 4 leather desk mat from a homegrown brand called Daily Objects. It is a largish size measuring 84 into 45 cm or 34 by 18 inches approximately. It is anti-slip and reversible too. They have the mats in different colors, and I picked this tan color that I love. I bought it online from Amazon India when there was a big discount going on for it. Friends, this is not a sponsored video. I have links to most products down in the description box below. These are Amazon affiliate links, which basically means as a newbie Amazon associate, I earn a small commission from qualifying purchasers. This comes at no extra cost to you and helps support my channel and allows me to keep creating and sharing art content. Next up is something that I'm super excited about. A very dear friend of mine was traveling to Paris, and I requested her to bring back for me some Caran haul that I've been eyeing for a long time. I got 2 of the 50th anniversary edition Neocolor II sets. Dark, a set that I had wanted for its deep rich colors, and Lush, a set that my friend wanted to give me as a present, seeing my love for this format. I also got myself some Caran pencils that I've seen great reviews on, and this will be my first time I tried this brand of pencils out. 3 of the pencils are Luminance color pencils, 3 are soft pastel pencils, and 3 are their museum Aquarelle color pencils. In parallel, I had already ordered 6 colors of Luminance color pencils online from Himalaya Fine Art, and I received those too. I made a small mistake of selecting 2 of the same colors, which is light aubergine. So net, I have 8 Luminance color pencils, and I will swatch these out in a bit. But first, the Neocolor II sets. If you've been following my channel for a while now, you will know my love for this format. I've been using the 3 sets, extended primary colors and the limited warm and cool palettes curated by artist Via Rabai. None of these current sets that I have any color in common, so it's a lovely unique set of 30 colors. I enjoy working with them so much. Let's open these 2 new sets now. True to the Caran brand, the sleeves carry beautiful artwork. And the inner side has a swatch section along with details of the color name and light fastness. It also tells you that there are 3 exclusive colors in each set that was developed as a part of the anniversary special editions. The LUSH set pays tribute to vibrant country landscapes and foliage with a predominance of green and blue hues. Aren't they just gorgeous? I had done my research online in terms of the duplication of colors between the different limited editions and their regular sets. And this LUSH has 3 colors that are duplicate with the warm and cool palettes. Not that I'm complaining. These are Chinese green, common from the warm palette. There are no common ones with the primary set. And 2 colors from the cool palette, Prussian blue and dark green. I tend to use a lot of the Chinese green, and so I'm glad I have an extra now. Now the dark anniversary edition has deep rich colors that can help build contrast through dark tones. The exclusive colors in this set are really beautiful tones: zinc ochre, dark garnet and caput mortem. There are no colors in the dark set that are common with any other set that I currently have, so I'm happy about that too. I have wanted this set for a long time since I missed having some really dark colors in my existing palettes. I will swatch these 2 sets out in a separate video because it's going to take time, and I'm going to do a little accompanying artwork too. So stay tuned. Next, these Caran pencils. They look so good and smell so good too. The wood barrel being made of cedar wood. I got the soft pastel pencils more to have an internal benchmark compared to what I have from Carpathello, Derwent and Watercolour. And the Aquarelle color pencils are to help with the drawing under watercolors for compositions where I don't want lines of watercolor pencils to remain or show through. I'm going to swatch these now. I will just swatch one of the 2 light aubergines that I've got. My first impression is just wow in terms of texture. Each of the pencils has got light fast details and the name of the color printed on. This one is green ochre and it's a lovely muted, almost a yellow-brown color. Just look at that. They feel like creamy pastel pencils actually. Not hard like wax color pencils and not too soft that they crumble or break easily. The next is violet grey, a soft, cool grey. This is anthraquinoid pink, a popular color, and I was curious. A lot of the lighter pinks I have from other less expensive brands fall short in terms of pigmentation, and I wanted a high quality pink hue. Next is dark sap green, a color recommended by many YouTubers and artists that I follow. It will be lovely for darker foliage shadows. This is Raw Sienna, a lovely earth color to add warmth to landscapes. This brand and its color pencils are some of the best in class in terms of light fast and pigment quality. The last Luminance pencil is turquoise blue, a vibrant cool blue, and I think it'll be great for spots of intense highlight in places. And also it just looks so pretty. Moving on to the 3 soft pastel pencils. This is Aubergine. Next is Olive Brown, and what a beautiful color. This is Terracotta, a color that I use a lot in my current watercolors mixed media with soft pastels. I think my first impression is that these pastel pencils by Caran are great, but have a very good value competitor in Stabilo Carbothello, and I'm not sure I would switch. However, I will work with these in the coming months to form a clearer point of view. Coming to the Museum Aquarelle color pencils. This is Terracotta, a hue I use maximum for sketching under watercolors, especially while on camera. This is Umber, again a useful neutral earth tone. And I got a Prussian blue for some of my darker sketching. These dissolve easily. While they tend to leave a bit of shadow, I think that's also because how you make your marks and with what intensity. These are some watercolor mixed media sketches, and I've used soft pastel pencils like this burnt sienna or terracotta one. I want to see how the Luminance color pencils layer on top of some of these areas. You can see the color pencil goes over really well and so comfortably. And it intensifies those deep dark shadows even more. Just fabulous. So overall, I'm super happy with these new Luminance color pencils, and I can't wait to use them more in my work. The next art supply is a Speedball Fluid 100 cold press watercolor paper block in A6 size. This is 100% cotton paper and 300 GSM. It is glued on two sides, the top near the spine of the block and the opposite side. The paper seems really high quality and smooth. I'm just comparing it with this A6 Fabriano watercolor pad, which is also 100% cotton and 300 GSM. This has a slightly more rough texture to it while being cold pressed and has this embossed logo on each page that I'm not a fan of. The good thing is the wire bound and the perforation on each page. The other A6 size sketchbook is from Hannibal, the beige toned one. And while this is not a pure watercolor paper, I love doing mixed media on it. For my learning, I did a quick comparison with the larger Fabriano 100% cotton watercolor block that I have. And the Fluid 100 seems smoother and whiter in tone if that's what one prefers. I enjoyed a quick sketch using my new Museum Aquarelle terracotta color pencil and then added watercolors and some details with my new Luminance color pencils. This was inspired from spring blooms, especially plumeria flowers on my balcony. It was relatively easy opening up the sealed side using a palette knife, and the page remained stuck on the spine end of the block. One can easily peel the glue off if you want to detach the page from the block. This next section includes art supplies on soft pastel pencils. First, I bought a dual-hole electric pencil sharpener from Brustro, especially for my pastel pencils. Essentially, what's been happening is I'm having a tough time sharpening my soft pastel pencils. And while I try and utilize these little pieces often, they just seem wasteful when they break off in the first place. I've been enjoying using Watercolour pastel pencils as they are not expensive and have a good set of colors. I recently bought the Still Life set of 8 and this is the Nature set of 8. I have some existing sharpeners. One from Faber-Castell, one from Speedball, and then there's a gifted one. I also use the X-Acto knife to try and sharpen the pastel pencils, which is fraught with chaos and risk. So over the next hour or so, I try and get the hang of using this new electric sharpener, and I'm sharing my learnings here in summary for you. This sharpener requires 4 AA batteries. You need to pull the lever up to get access to the larger diameter hole. I first tried with Watercolour. You need to hold the sharpener firmly with one hand and using the other hand, insert the pencil in the hole. Now you need to hold the pencil firmly, but don't push down too much and don't keep rotating the pencil. Just hold it still. If you keep it for too long or get too greedy to get to a very sharp point, there may be wastage and risk of breaking the tip, like I did. However, it is easy to dismantle the sharpener and remove the blades. Just be careful when doing so. Read all the instructions carefully. And using a sharp pointy object, you can remove the broken pastel part. Now, sharpening the Carbotello pencils was much easier, and hence the quality of the wooden barrel of the pencil also makes a big difference. The Derwent Pastel pencils unfortunately didn't fit either hole. And so I guess I will need to rely on other sharpeners for it. I even risked some exposed long tips of these Carbotello pastel pencils, and they were fine for just a few seconds of sharpening with gentle pressure. So in sum, quality and finish of wooden barrel matters when sharpening. Carbotello was easiest to sharpen, even in spite of a long exposed tip. Watercolour was tough. The wood being more splintery made the experience not so smooth, and the core kept breaking. Derwent pastel pencils wouldn't fit into either hole, so I'll have to look for an alternative. Staying on topic of soft pastels, this is the new Clairefontaine Pastelmat. It is their palette number 4 in 7 by 9.5 inches size and has 12 sheets in total with 4 varied shades. The shades include sand color, light blue, a gorgeous wine color, and I think I missed one. Yeah, that's the dark blue shade. Each sheet is separated by a glassine page that prevents color transfer. I have been using white pastel mat with different medium including soft pastels, oil pastels, layering before with watercolors. And I have only about 3 sheets left. So I thought of getting a new one in darker tones, and I just can't wait to use this. Next up are acrylic inks, a new medium I'm trying out for the first time. I got the Isomars Professional series, which come in these 35 ml jars, and this set has 12 colors. They are waterproof, meaning they are like acrylic paints, but much thinner in viscosity, and once they dry, they cannot be reactivated. I'm quite impressed by the packaging design and attention to detail. Each little box contains a jar of color and a dropper. I spent some time opening up the boxes. These colors are a mixing palette and contain some extended primary and secondary colors, and a black, white and a brown. I also bought a Bristol Smooth paper pad, which will help me get started to familiarize myself with this medium. I recently learned about this thing called Yupo paper, which is one of the best substrates for acrylic inks. But it is also expensive, and I will invest in that only once I'm sure I would like to pursue this medium of acrylic inks either standalone or as a part of mixed media artworks. At a later date, I will surely do a video on acrylic inks once I get comfortable with this medium. Next is a new Tempera paint set of 12 colors by Watercolour. I've been curious about this medium, which is also interchangeably known as poster paint. As kids, I do remember using poster colors in these little glass containers, and they had a peculiar smell. I wonder if this is different. Tempera paints as such are known for their opacity as well as the ability to wash these down to almost transparent layers. Yet they are different from either gouache, watercolors, or acrylic paints and inks. I will need to give these tubes a mix with a toothpick to recombine with the binder. I'm eager to see if this medium finds a permanent spot in my art studio and style. Last on my video is a set of bookbinding tools to get me started. This set is from a brand called Pastel. I found them on Amazon India. It includes stitching needles, paper creaser tools or plastic bone folders, wax thread and an awl. I purchased additionally a fabric adhesive glue for bookbinding. I didn't want to invest in an archival quality glue right at the start as it is expensive, and I got this bookbinding tape which seems really nice and strong. There are many wonderful tutorials on YouTube on bookbinding, either with sewing or just with strong glue and binding tape. Friends, I hope you had fun going through these art supplies with me. Let me know in the comments if there are any specific videos you would like to see elaborating on the use of any of these new art supplies. I will see you in my next video. Until then, love, best wishes and happy painting!